What's up with y'all, man? It's your boy David. We back with another reaction video, bruh. And I'm saying today, Thanos versus 20 Avengers. I almost said Avengers. I'm fucking crazy, nigga. Avengers, Jubilee style. No cap, we've never reacted to a Jubilee video before. I've watched them before. They're very divisive, and it's a lot of times it's like sometimes they be giving platforms to people who don't deserve platforms, like they're fucking crazy. But this should be some funny shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, make sure you like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's get straight to it. Bro, headphones with earrings suck.
I am Thanos, and today I am surrounded by 20 Avengers.
I'm just very interested in what they're gonna say, bro. Like what they're actually like. Their gripe with him is gonna be. Is it gonna be like, oh, you want to kill half the world and shit? You think that's okay? I'm just very interested to see what's going to happen here, bro. No cap. Because I watched Endgame, I watched all the Avengers movies, and I not all of them. Well, I watched Infinity War, Endgame, the Black Panther movies. I haven't watched every single thing. I watched Doctor Strange's movies too. But yeah, let's see what's going on, bro.
My first claim is that everything I did was...
Oh, by the way, also the voice acting for this is actually very, very good. This Thanos dude actually sounds like the Thanos from the freaking movie. No cap, like for real. It might be AI though. I don't know. Not trying to point no fingers or no shit like that, but it's very good, bro. No cap.
To relieve the universe of the suffering it could not bear. My plan to remove half of all life was not cruelty.
It was actually extremely cruel. Like, instead of using the Infinity Gauntlet to make more resources for people, he decided to kill half of everybody that existed. That was incredibly cruel and incredibly stupid. You have the literal power to create more resources, and you didn't do that. You're a whole ass nigga. No cap.
Was mercy. Removing half of life was the least harmful choice.
You know, Thanos, I never understood. How can you live 1,000 years, devote all those years to one problem, all of that just to end up with such a stupid, hollow plan?
The plan was proven. It was executed multiple times, and it worked. The entire universe united against it.
Multiple times? I thought he only did that shit once. What the fuck? Multiple times? What am I missing? What?
And not one faction could stop it.
Until we did.
And you had to risk the existence of the multiverse to do that. And what did you do next to solve the problem? Nothing. And my planning is bad.
What we do is never perfect, and we admit that.
The Avengers have admitted to small errors like creating a homicidal road. They did make Ultron. That was some nut shit. The Avengers are like actually just like dead ass supervillains that do the right thing sometimes, because a lot of times they're either fighting each other or fighting a much bigger threat. But you gotta love them though, man. They're heroes at the end of the day, bro. At the end of the day, they're heroes. You gotta love them.
Problem is that we often don't have a choice, unlike you.
I didn't have any choice either.
You had an abundance of choice. You just wanted to kill, but violence doesn't...
Exactly. He could have just made more resources for everybody, but he didn't do that. He just wanted to fucking wipe out half of everybody that exists. I don't know why the fuck he did that shit. That was fucking evil as shit, but hey.
Solve problems. You were smart enough to find the stones, but not smart enough to think of doubling the resources.
Okay, but this is not like the Hulk. This is Bruce Banner Hulk, nigga. Like, it's different, bruh. It's different, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Instead of killing half of the people...
Double the resources, the more there is to take, the fiercer the battle to possess it. An excess of resources can be just as dangerous, just as destabilizing as the lack of them.
That is total bullshit.
That is actually, for real, total bullshit. If you give people more resources, there will be less violence and less bullshit going on. There's a reason why broke niggas rob people, because they don't have. If you have, you're less likely to rob somebody. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's the reason why countries go to war over things like oil and stuff, because they don't have enough of it. If you have enough of it, you probably won't go to war. Probably, I don't know. You know, humanity likes to fight and hurt themselves like crazy. So I don't know, but you see what I'm saying?
Speak from experience. I have witnessed planets die from starvation.
Exactly. Yes. Historically, most societies that collapse from abundance were actually destroyed by greed and incompetence. So you could have just defeated that, genius. Exactly. Instead of killing half of everybody, you give them more resources and teach them how to govern properly. You know, since you're a fucking half celestial, like, or some shit. He's some super race ass. He's a some super race shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've been alive for 1,000 years. You could have taught them how to govern properly, all that shit. But instead, you decided to kill half of everybody on the fucking planet. This nigga's nuts.
Yes, but I have also witnessed societies' collapses from having too much, from the greed and endless fighting that abundance fuels.
I don't buy that. But even if your goal was to specifically limit the growth of population because you think it's the best plan,
which is eugenics, by the way, also, which is some nut-ass shit.
There are many other ways to do that, like random sterilization of half of the population, or locking the population.
That's not good either. That's fucking trash. It's like, that's random sterilization? Holy shit. Hulk, are you the good guy? This nigga tripping.
To a maximum number of individuals, in a way that once that point is reached, it becomes impossible to get pregnant until someone dies. I don't really agree with even those, but they are still so much better than genocide.
You really think that would stop them?
Life.
You think they wouldn't find a way around it? We live in a universe where magic and technology
Sources close to Thanos say he used the Mind Stone to come up with the best arguments to defend his plan. Listen to him now, unfortunately. Even with an object of infinite intelligence, he couldn't fix that logic. Exactly, bro. That's some nut shit.
Find nature every day. Do you honestly believe people wouldn't find a way to reproduce anyway?
On. You're really trying to convince us you had no other option when you literally held the power to reshape reality. They are called the Infinity Stones because they offer infinite possibilities. You expect us to believe you were utterly constrained?
Yes, there is probably some super...
The fact that this nigga is supposed to be a genius and he was utterly constrained with infinite... How are you constrained when you have the Infinity Gauntlet that has basically infinite power, my nigga? It was good. These were some good movies, though. I won't lie. The Infinity War and Endgame, fantastic movies, no cap.
A complicated, highly elaborated plan that could have worked, but you used the stones. You know how hard they are to use. The more complicated the plan, the greater the risk of catastrophic error. My plan was the perfect balance. Simplicity and efficiency.
And slicing existence in half doesn't risk things going wrong.
His plan was too simple, bro. That's the problem. That nigga said my plan was simplicity and efficiency. Sometimes the simple plan is not the best plan, especially when you're dealing with something with numbers that big. Like, what the fuck? Like,
plan is everything but efficient. A hell of things can go wrong. The first I can think about is how killing 50% doesn't leave you with 50% alive. People depend on each other. Children need parents. Communities rely on key individuals. That instantaneous loss of half of life guarantees far more than 50% dying in the ensuing
You think
chaos.
I didn't consider that? That people depend on each other? That losing one life can take 10 more with it? I did, but dependency is exactly why balance had to be forced.
What the fuck? Niggas can't depend on each other in your perfect world? What kind of shit is that? You yourself, you had an army, cuz. This nigga had a whole army. You depended on your army to fight so you could do the shit you needed to do. What the fuck? He's crazy.
I know it causes chaos. I've seen it before. I never got to try it on my own world, but I did see it work elsewhere. Planets that followed my plan rebuilt stronger. Every time the pattern was the same. Pain first, then order. The ones who survived didn't just rebuild, they built better.
That is what you always do, isn't it? You break the world, and then you talk long enough to convince yourself it was the only way. You twist every mess into proof that you were right.
And you and your friends love to talk about what's wrong. You preach your soft, easy views. Killing is bad, so you can feel clean while...
I don't know. They've killed a lot of people. They don't kill innocent people, but they have killed a lot of people, especially this, bro. Oh my god. Black Panther, I don't. He literally killed his cousin. And not only that, his dad killed his brother. I mean, like, this nigga here, body count stupendous. This nigga has been alive for thousands of years and has been an actual, like, he's a god. Body count retarded. Like, come on, bro.
The universe rots the same way it always has.
It's not that they don't kill, it's just they don't kill innocent people. It's not the same, bro. They kill indiscriminately all the time.
Had the stones. And what did you do? You used them to put everything exactly back how it was. You saved no one. You just made...
He did save people. Exactly. Put it back how it was. You killed 50%. He brought back 50%. He fixed it, nigga. Man, Thanos is a dickhead, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Sure, nothing changed.
Look, no matter how great your imaginary spreadsheet says the results are, genociding half of all existence can never be right.
I wouldn't call what I did a genocide.
It was a genocide. It was an absolute genocide. Oh my god. If you kill 50% of all people of a, let's say a tribe, that's a genocide. So we expand that to sentient life. You kill 50% of sentient life, that is a genocide, buddy. Oh my god. They're dead.
You killed half of the entire universe! What are we calling it then?
I didn't kill them. It was a...
I turned them to dust and made them vanish. Man, you killed them, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Especially this nigga, bro. Don't count. When Spider-Man died, when Spider-Man got snapped or died, basically, that shit hurt, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. It was like, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. And he just died. Shit was crazy.
painless erasure. They weren't going to get a better ending, even in the best case scenario. It was random and not biased. It can never be called a genocide. See it as a necessary, natural
painless?
event.
I felt the horror of that snap, buddy. It's still by far the worst.
Peter lost his uncle to a mugger, his mentor to sacrifice his aunt to a supervillain, and dated in high school. Statistically speaking. Is it though? This nigga got his whole existence erased. I don't know, bruh. Like, he could lose his uncle and still have the ability to fight another day and become Spider-Man, but getting your shit erased? I don't know, nigga. That might be one. That might be top one, nigga.
Experience of my entire life. You can call it whatever you want because you weren't the one erased.
I experienced far worse than that. And everything I did was intended to prevent you and everyone else from experiencing the same.
And who gave you the right to choose for us?
It's not a right. It's a responsibility. I was the only being in the universe with a power great enough to save everybody. And you know it.
And you decided to kill 50% of everybody. This nigga's a selfish bastard, bro. Oh my god.
Best Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility.
How dare you?
and he chuckled. Y'all heard that? Y'all, that nigga chuckled all of it. Y'all heard it. Listen.
Universe with a power great enough to save everybody. And you know it best, Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility.
How dare you?
That nigga chuckled. That's fucked up. He said, "You was either justify mass extinction like you're God." It's like Gandhi. It's like quoting Gandhi to explain why you just punched a monk.
That mantra can never justify what you did. Great responsibility is the responsibility to preserve the right to choose. It's not the authority to force what you think is right onto
What if
people.
they clearly lack the ability to know what's right
They
for them?
They still have the right to choose. You don't get to decide what's right, you God-complex maniac.
So, let's say, hypothetically, that the majority of the people of New York decide to start supporting the Green Goblin, for example. Would you let them do that? Or would you do what you think is actually right?
I am certainly not going to go and kill all of them. They will certainly be misled, but I will not try to force them to what I think is right. I will try to understand and see where they are coming.
Interestingly, a remarkably similar situation once occurred when the world actually did turn against the mysterious bills. He didn't quite understand the guy that was dead. He did ask a wizard to erase their memories. I can't lie, that was some nut shit. A bit hypocritical, Mr. Spider-Man, but hey, I won't stop you from trying to not defend his genocide of 50% of the universe, so keep going.
Coming from, and then guide them and inspire them to do what's right. That's the true responsibility that comes with power.
My second claim is, emotions have no place in decisions that shape the universe. The Avengers act from fear, anger, and guilt. I act from reason. I see the wound. I make the cut. Pain is irrelevant if it brings balance. Emotion clouds judgment. Logic brings order.
You can't claim that, Thanos, when you yourself are a terrible emotional mess.
I didn't doom the future of the universe just because I refused to sacrifice beings I love. Beings that are actually insignificant in the grand scheme of things.
Acting pragmatic doesn't work when you're
sacrificed everything, even myself. I was ready for everything I love, even my own self, to be erased in that snap. Because I can see the bigger picture.
Acting pragmatic doesn't work when your emotions are the reason you were blinded enough to proceed with such a crazy plan.
I didn't want to do that. I sacrificed all I wanted to do what's best for the others. I kept my heart in constant pain because I know the mind is the path to virtue.
You are only acting out of trauma. When you saw...
He is acting out of trauma. He saw what happened on this world and it was like, never again I'll do what I need to do. Even if it's not logical, even if it's logical or some shit. He's acting out of trauma. So that is very much emotional as fuck. You are acting emotional as shit, buddy. And you know what? That's okay, because everybody has emotions, nigga. Like, did you think, like, what the fuck?
Your planet dying, you suggested genocide, and you were laughed out of the door. When it fell apart, you were ashamed, and you developed a deep, selfish need for redemption. You were humiliated last time, so you would let nothing stop your plan, not even logic.
No, Doctor. You mistake trauma for clarity. My planet's death didn't wound me. It opened my eyes. I watched a civilization collapse because it chose comfort over truth, hope over balance. I learned that emotion blinds, that mercy can doom more lives than cruelty.
Thanos caused the fall of Titan, the tragedy that defined him, yet when he finally had the power to bring him back, he didn't. Sources say he was scared to remember the day he cried out to everyone. It's like, bro, he has the choice to do the more sensible, right thing, but instead of doing that, he says that's too emotional, and we need to take a more pragmatic, hard-fisted approach, logically hard-fisted approach. And I'm like, no, nigga, you don't need to do that shit. Like, you're fucking, you man, baby. Goddamn.
Ever could. I didn't act from grief. I acted from vision. I saw what no one else would see, and I did what no one else would dare.
You sound like I once did. Back when I was a surgeon, I believed precision and control could solve everything. Pain, chaos, even death itself. I was so obsessed with logic, I forgot I was human. Losing my hands forced me to learn balance. Now I let my heart guide me as much as my mind.
However, his heart may have slightly oversteered when he decided to rewrite the... Why did he do that shit? Like, why did he actually do that shit? Like, that's a lot of, like he that's overly crazy. He could just told that nigga, look, bro, you gotta deal with the consequences of your actions, big bro. Just take that shit to the chest, my nigga. Be strong with the shit. But instead, he basically Deus Ex Machina and twisted his fingers around and poof, everybody forgot. Shit was crazy.
I don't ignore emotion anymore. I trust it when it tells me
You always
what's
speak
right.
like a man examining a patient, pretending you see everything that others can't. You stand there, dissecting me as if I'm another case on your table, but I am not your patient. I am the cure. The universe is sick, and I'm the only one willing to operate.
Maybe I do have the bad habit of diagnosing. But allow me one last diagnosis. You've got a serious case of main character.
This is actually very much in character. This is some very in character writing from Doctor Strange. Like, I'll probably say my favorite superhero is probably Black Panther, but a close second, very close second, because I really fuck with magic, like in shows and movies and stuff, is Doctor Strange. Like, he's a very, very real character, and I really liked the first Doctor Strange movie. It was really good. It was really like it was very mysterious and mystical. Like it's kind of like you watching him step into a world of like new things, of new horizons, opening his mind and stuff. I really enjoyed that movie, bro. No cap. One of my favorite parts of it was when he got like snapped back into like the astral plane, like he was touching, and when he touched the butterfly shit, and he was spinning throughout space and time and shit. Shit was lit, nigga. I won't lie.
Syndrome. You don't serve the universe. You think the universe serves your story. I used to think like that.
Doctor Strange claims to have overcome his main character's considered well supported by evidence, and most of them he was in fact not the main character. He wasn't the main, and it was his own movie. It was freaking Scarlet Witch, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I kind of forgot how that movie went. I don't remember much of it. I watched it though, but I don't remember it for real. I'm dead ass drawing a blank trying to remember that shit. My brain might be fucked up. I don't know, bro.
I thought I was the center of the world until the universe reminded me I wasn't. The difference between us, Thanos, is that I learned to step out of the story. You still believe you're the only one who can write the ending.
Thanos, my problem with you isn't just what you did, it's your entire worldview. You look at people and see problems to solve. I look at them and see lives worth trusting, worth believing in.
Trust them to do what exactly? Destroy themselves? Because that's what they do. Every time I've watched it happen on world after world.
Then you
But that's because of greed and incompetence and the lack of resources. If you give them the resources and teach them to govern, they're not going to do that, motherfucker. You don't gotta kill 50% of niggas. Nigga tripping.
help them do better. You don't just erase half of them and call it mercy. People have a right to choose their own path, even if it's messy, especially if it's messy. That's what freedom
Messy
means.
is a mild way to describe the end of worlds. Tell me, are you saying I should respect the will of the people, even when I know they're leading themselves to ruin? You'd really do that?
They were not wrong. You were. But to answer that question, yes, you should respect their will, even if they're wrong. And you should work to...
He solved it with a vibranium. Yeah. This book, I don't know much about this one, so I can't really speak on it. But he would solve it with vibranium, nigga. That is what he would do. He's America.
guide them back to
Then
the
let's
right
test
way.
your
Or he's not America. He's what America is supposed to be. If you know, you know.
conviction. Hypothetically, half the universe votes for my plan. A referendum, a democratic mandate. They agree. Erase half of all life to save the whole. The people have spoken. Would you still fight me? Or would you respect the will of the people?
That's not a fair question. The people will never do that.
It's just a hypothetical.
But if it is a hypothetical, yes, you have to respect what they fucking say. But however, people have very strong self-preservation instincts, and they're not gonna say that shit. So, good hypothetical. Yes, we gotta respect it. But at the end of the day, nobody wanted to get fucking snapped, and you didn't respect that, nigga.
You say the people's will is sacred. So tell me, if they chose me, would you stand aside?
No, I'd fight you, because there are some lines you don't cross.
There it is. So the will of the people shouldn't always be respected. You'd override them, impose your moral vision over theirs.
That's not what
It's exactly what you're saying. You believe in democracy right up until the moment they choose something you find unacceptable. Then suddenly, you know better. We're not so different, Steve. We both fight for a vision. We both believe we're right. The only difference is, I don't pretend otherwise.
No, the difference is I'd spend every moment before that vote trying to show them another way. I'd argue, I'd persuade, I'd offer alternatives. I wouldn't give up on them. You never even gave them the chance.
And if they still vote...
Or the choice, he fucking just snapped. The nigga just said, I'm getting a gun, you can't stop me. Killed everybody, bruh.
voted yes, after all your speeches, what then?
Then I'd have to live with knowing I failed to reach them. But I wouldn't become you. I wouldn't decide their lives are disposable just because I think they are
You
wrong.
call that strength? Living with failure while everything falls apart? That's not virtue. That's surrender wrapped in
The
hope.
world isn't perfect, Thanos. It never will be. But that's not a flaw. That's what makes it worth fighting for. People stumble. They fail. They rebuild. That's how they
So
grow.
you've made peace with failure. Tell me, Steve, if perfection...
You gotta make peace with failure, bro. That's your fucking problem, nigga. Nigga act like he can't fail. What's wrong with this nigga, bro? You literally failed. You watched Titan crumble, but you couldn't make peace with it, and you tried to fucking kill everybody else. Nigga tripping.
Were possible, would you accept
If
it?
you mean a world without suffering, without hate, then yes, of course I would. But that world
Then
doesn't
why did you
exist.
reject it when I offered it?
Offered it. Killing half the universe isn't perfection. It's erasure.
I'm not talking about that.
Then what are you talking about?
I'll explain it in my next claim. My final claim is that the Avengers don't serve the universe. They serve their illusion of being its saviors. When I abandoned my first plan and offered to build something better, a universe without hunger, without pain, they refused. Not because it was evil, but because it wasn't theirs.
What was your new plan again?
You made me realize that this universe is broken beyond repair. So I offered to create a new one, balanced, abundant, free of suffering.
Right. So you went from kill half to kill everyone. Big improvement. Real character growth.
Your perspective is too small. I'm not...
No, not really, bro. You were gonna kill everybody. And then you were gonna remake them in your own image. Because I guess you thought you were God. This nigga, bro, he's fucking crazy, bro. Like...
killing. I'm erasing everything and starting over. No one will feel anything. They'll simply wake up in a perfect universe.
We stopped you. Because you're not the god of this universe who gets to restart it whenever you don't like how things are going.
You did exactly that when I did things you didn't like. You played God with space and time to change the universe back into a way that suited you.
We fixed what you broke.
We fixed it back to what it used to be. Not because it suited us. Tony Stark still lost his parents in that same universe that he fixed. He still suffered what he suffered in that same universe that he fixed. If he really wanted to play God, he would have killed Bucky. He would have killed Bucky and made Bucky not exist so his parents would still be fucking alive. But he didn't. He still let his dad die. He let his mom die. To return it to what it used to be. Man, fuck Thanos, nigga. Man, fuck that nigga.
We're not changing the universe to fit us. We're bringing it back to the way
To what it used to be. If it really was to fit him, Bucky would be fucking erased. Bucky wouldn't exist, nigga. Shit.
it was.
Which is what fits you.
Which fits everybody. Everyone agreed with our plan. Everyone supported.
I don't think...
According to researchers, a poll of Avengers against Thanos ranks second in effectiveness. But posterior. Dude, I remember there was something about couldn't just Ant-Man go up his ass and kill him? And I was just thinking, bro, if he tried to expand inside Thanos, bro, like he would fuck around and die, cause like Thanos has godlike physiology. Like his anal cavity would squeeze this nigga to death, and he would just poop him out. Like, come on, bro.
They will when their worlds start crumbling again. You reinforce the same system that failed before. Tell me, Tony, you said you don't trust me with restarting the universe, but you had the stones. Why didn't you do
Because
it?
I'm not a crazy psychopath who thinks he's a god.
But you were in that moment, whether you admit it or not.
He wasn't being a god. He had godlike power, but he decided to turn everything back to what it was. He gave his life to do the right thing, to give people a choice. You didn't give nobody a choice. You just decided, I'm gonna fucking wipe everybody out because I want to.
You had the power to fix everything, end disease, hunger, war, and you chose not to.
My job was to fix what you broke, to bring everybody back.
And bring their misery back with them when you could have stopped it. You had omnipotence in your hands, and you chose this, a world still full of suffering.
Because it's their suffering to overcome, not mine to erase. You think wiping the slate clean makes you a savior? It makes you a coward who couldn't handle the universe as it actually...
I'm the only one who saw it clearly. You brought back 5 billion...
Nah, nigga, you ran. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. You ran, nigga. Pussy, you ran, nigga. Fuck you talking about.
people to a planet that was already collapsing under its own weight. Within a generation, they'll...
We'll figure it out. That's
like
what
they figured it
people
out
do.
before. Your sentimentality blinds
Your
you to
arrogance
basic
is
mathematics,
exactly why no one should
population
trust you with
growth,
anything.
resource depletion.
Man, these boys really arguing. They talking over each other and shit. He might fuck around. Hey, Tony might fuck around, slap this nigga across the table, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
Climate.
Tony might fuck around, slap this little nigga on me, like he did. Like he did that first time. He made him bleed. I was like, oh shit. He can bleed.
You see people as numbers
And
on
you
a...
see them as children who need protecting. At least I'm honest about making hard
He
choices.
doesn't see them as children. He sees them as people who have the right to make their own choice. That's it. Not children. People who have the right to make their own choice.
Instead
Hard
of pretending
choices.
everyone can just
Snapping your fingers is easy. Actually solving problems. Actually believing people
believing
can.
accomplishes nothing when the ship is sinking. Action.
Murder isn't action.
Restoration
It's
isn't
surrender.
salvation. It's delusion.
Says the guy who wanted to kill literally everyone.
To save everyone, which is more than
You can't
you.
save people by erasing
And you
them.
can't save them by doing nothing.
Man, this was deep. This was fire. Obviously, I'm not siding with Thanos. Thanos is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Tony and the Avengers made the strongest cases. Hulk and Tony made the strongest case. Captain America kind of got stumped when he brought up that hypothetical about, oh, let's say if they actually wanted to be erased, what then? He got a little stumped there, I won't lie, but hey, this was a good ass video, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Let me know what y'all thought about it in the comments down below. Did y'all think Thanos was right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? I thought it was wrong. You feel me? But with that being said, man, I'm gonna catch y'all next one, man. We out there, bit.